Daisy had never much cared for trucks. Though long past her days of lying to get out of pulling them, she still preferred to travel light. She'd begrudgingly accepted that pulling the milk tankers from the dairy was just part of the job. One morning, she arrived as usual at the junction. Richard was there, shunting for his slow goods. "Oh, good morning, Daisy," he smiled. "Have a nice off!" In his distraction, Richard had forgotten his trucks. They groaned in pain from their unexpected bump. Sorry," Richard called back to them. "Now let me tell you something," sneered Daisy. "I'm made to pull these trucks," she shuddered and paused impressively. "If I absolutely must become a momentary goods engine, I'll not have my efforts go to waste because you mainline engines get careless." Richard gulped. "You'll pull these trucks with the utmost care. I don't want to hear that the milk was churned to butter by the time you delivered it." Without another word, Daisy flounced away. Richard was speechless. He took Daisy's words to heart and shunted the tankers onto his train without any bumping. Richard breathed a sigh of relief when he reached the goods yard. He was having a rest when the yard manager came up. "You've only brought half our milk." "We were given 2 tankers," explained Richard's driver patiently. "Yeah," continued the manager, "but one of them is bone dry." The driver went to inspect. Sure enough, the first tanker was empty. "Can't say I'm surprised," muttered the yard manager, "given Richard is the one who brought them." Richard was most upset. He thought he'd been very gentle with the trucks. "Oh dear," he thought. "What will Daisy say?" "That clumsy buffoon!" "Oh, come off it, Daisy," Percy yawned. "You can't complain all night. How would you feel if he'd done the same to your precious mail vans? They'd be finding letters across the island for weeks. I shan't bring the milk again if he's to be collecting it." "I'd like to see you tell the Fat Controller that," Toby chuckled to himself. "That doesn't seem like Richard," said Thomas. "He may be a bit clumsy, but to bang the whole load out, something doesn't add up." Daisy lost patience. "I delivered the milk. Richard took the milk. Richard lost the milk by the time he arrived at the yard. What, pray tell, doesn't add up?" Thomas said nothing more. He didn't wish to argue, but knew something was not right. Daisy was still in a foul mood next morning. She buffered up to the tankers with a bang. "Watch it!" they grumbled. Daisy took no notice. She was thinking only of what she'd say to Richard when they next met. Not long after Daisy had left, Thomas brought Annie and Clarabelle to the platform. He was just braking when he felt his wheels start to slip. "What on earth?" he cried. Thankfully, he hadn't been going fast and came to a stop. He peered down. Something wet and white was glistening on the rails. At the junction, Daisy was waiting impatiently. At last, Richard puffed in. "Not enough to be reckless," Daisy began. "Now you're tardy too." I'm sorry," Richard huffed. "There was a care on the line." "Fitting," Daisy interrupted. "I don't suppose you picked her up to replace the next load you'll inevitably lose. That's enough." It was the station master. "Daisy," he began, "could you explain why only one of your tankers is full of milk?" "I'm sorry, sir, but I believe you're mistaken." "Is that so? Then why is there a trail of milk behind you?" Daisy was horrified. Milk was all over the rails. "It seems your tanker was leaking," added the station master. "I've just spoken with the dairy manager. Admittedly, maintenance on these trucks has not been their top priority. However, it seems your displeasure with trucks has worsened the problem. I'm sure the Fat Controller will have more to say on the matter." He turned and walked back to his office. Daisy felt awful. "Oh, I'm sorry, Richard," she cried. "I've been such a fool, so horrid to you." "Oh, it's all right," smiled Richard. "We'll call it water, rather milk under the bridge. Besides, look at the bright side." "What bright side?" Daisy asked, astounded. "You've left a nice treat for the stray cats on the line side." Both engines chuckled in delight. Soon the dairy had mended all the tankers. The Fat Controller did have more to say on the matter. In short, he ordered Daisy to deliver only milk until she learned to be more careful. Daisy still doesn't like trucks. However, she's most happy when she arrives at the junction, where her new friend Richard greets her with a welcoming whistle.